Today's topic is maybe one of the most important that we need to talk about these days. It's about how we deal with emotional overwhelm. So I don't think there's a single person on the planet who has gone through this year without having some kind of flood of emotions going on, usually quite a roller coaster. And this is something we're not always so equipped to deal with. But in Tantra, we're really taught how to alchemize emotions and work with them, not to avoid them or repress them. So today I'm going to be talking with Leola Antara, who was the founder of the Kundalini dance, and she also runs the Tantric Rose Mystery School. And she's totally expert at helping people to navigate with these difficult emotions and really turn them into gold. So let's invite her in.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
So our topic today is emotions. Emotional overwhelm. And I sometimes feel when I talk to people coming into Tantra, one of the biggest reasons people come is to try and learn how to deal with emotions, actually. Because many people are battling them and fighting them and are overwhelmed by them. So, yeah, what's your approach to emotions?
Yeah, just feeling into the body and entering into where we feel the emotion in the body and, just honoring them, and allowing us to move emotion through our breath and our sound and our movement. And, this is the path where we cultivate the Shakti, the sexual energy, and self-generate it in white Tantra. In our practice, it's a tantric alchemy practice with opening up to both the very strong transformational energies of the earth and also the heavenly energy. So we work with the solar and the earth and, the polarity of divine feminine, divine masculine. But my approach is always to first drop really deeply into the body, into the pelvic power center, and root deep into the core of the mother and start to source this incredible vital energy. And she literally supports us to activate the inner fire, the inner sexual fire. And so I love working with people to really self-generate that Kundalini Shakti in the body, and then from that place start to descend more deeply into the different layers of whatever you're present to, and as we've been speaking about, it's such an intense time right now. A lot of us are in emotional overwhelm, and we're in like a collective trauma on a lot of levels with, and we're going into fight or freeze or numbness or flight, and whatever that is, whatever that is, where we're in a time where there can be some really strong energies to move through. So, yeah, just really inspired to create sacred spaces for us to gather, to be able to move that energy and move it through, with the sound, with the breath, with the movement, with the shaking, with the allowing, rather than the repressing and the denying and the hiding, or, going into overwhelm and reactivity. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. So basically, I cut out a little bit there, but you're sharing that there's a lot of energy available there, and as we call it in Tantra, Shakti energy. And so but the only way to get that energy through the body is by letting the emotions flow and sound and release instead of trying to control them or repress them.
That's right. Yeah. And we can really presence them. Usually, the chakras are our emotional center. So we can really presence through the chakras. And I love to work with the dance and with the breath and, guiding us to touch into, like in the root, there can be some really deep survival fear. And a lot of people are feeling this right now, with not everybody, but some are. And, some of us are feeling powerless, some of us are feeling the power chakra and, having our personal freedoms and choices messed around with has a different effect on different people. We're all experiencing, you know, this current global crisis in such a different way. And, you know, this is really a time of a lot of breakdown. So it's a place to rest back deeply into the safety of the body, of the breath. And when we do drop in, we can start to, just be more present with what is there. And if it's grief in the heart, or if it's the rage at the censorship, or the feeling, the suppression of the voice, there's, you know, just really inspired to offer a sacred shamanic tantric movement, meditation, embodied journey to learn how to basically transmute whatever's there. And as we feel it, we offer it up. And we become lighter in that. We create more space. And when we create more space, we then can, you know, open the heart, you know, really come into the acceptance, the love, the freedom, and just however we're guided through the heart. Because it's my feeling is, if we're going to create any change or any, you know, a better world, it's through the heart that we will birth that change. So just really inviting us together and to enter back into that intelligence of love and compassion and forgiveness, and no matter what polarity of the fence we're on, you know, inside of this.
Right. This is the thing, that people are going into so much polarization with that emotion, maybe as a way to feel empower when they're actually feeling quite powerless. And this seems to be a big symptom, actually, of what's going on. And then we get stuck fighting each other instead of offering all that we're feeling up and transforming it.
Yeah. And this is, I think it's the overwhelm. It feels like there's this overwhelm, and that's kind of like where we go into this fight flight mode. And yet this is a time where we, you know, need to be uniting as a people for our freedom, for love. And it's, you know, it's obviously a time where we're in a major deconstruction, and it's chaos, you know. There's a current of chaos as things are changing, as things are breaking down, as systems are breaking down, as we're fundamentally, you know, many of us losing trust and needing to return to our sovereignty, returning to the sovereignty and the when we're embodied, you know. And this is a big part of, you know, tantric embodied practice, is we enter back into the pelvic core, the womb heart intelligence, and return to the true source of power, even when things are being stripped away. You know, we're definitely in a collective initiation of, some of us are having identities taken. And I mean, I'm here in Australia in lockdowns. We're a bit later than Europe, and everything's opened up more there. And we're in this tail end now of things getting really tight here. So I'm really feeling it, you know, and it's kind of like we're at the tail end of the wave, in a way, of, you know, the vaccination protocol being put in place. And so, but the question here that we're interested in, the ceremony we're going to be exploring in the symposium, is not about, you know, what side of the fence you're on, or any of that. It's just coming with whatever's there, to alchemize it, to move through it, to come to deeper truth, to come to deeper clarity. You know, it's a more of a nonverbal, embodied journey to relax the nervous system again, and return just to the softness and the safety that we can experience when we come back into our core, into our bodies, into our center.
So you're going to be leading a ceremony for everyone, a live ceremony on the symposium. Do you want to tell us a little taster about that?
Yeah, so we'll just begin by dropping into the pelvic power center, the womb hara space, and just going into deeply connecting to the earth and deeply stilling right down through, coming out of the activated space and into the parasympathetic through the breath, slowing down the breath, and, like just taking a sigh, like, and just starting to journey down. And I'll be playing a playlist of trance music, subtle trance music, to then, support us to deepen into a semi-altered state with the breath and the rhythm of the breath and the sound and the trance, and just start to presence what is there, presence our own bodies. As I said before, whether that's, a feeling of places in your own body where you feel frozen, or where you feel where you've been stuffing down emotion, and giving then space. And then we start to pick it up, and we pick up the pace, and we start to breathe and trance and move and really get wilder in the body and allow that chaos, because this embrace of this chaos a little bit, this breakdown that is this system deconstruction that is occurring all around us, just to really embody that too, because it's like it's calling more of us, this initiation. It's calling more of us to step up, to upgrade to the codes of our soul, to embody the soul more, to come out of the conditioned programs, right? Yeah. And just really start to embody the soul and the truth of the soul, return to the truth of the soul. So the way we work, we rise the Shakti up, we cultivate the Shakti, we move her up, we let it clear through all the chakras, the voice, activate the voice again. And then we move up to the descending current, the heavenly energies, and breathe that higher frequency, the solar light codes, the diamond light codes, and start to activate the new programs and come into a time of visioning, like, what is the world that we want to create? What is the future we want to create? What we want to leave behind for the future generations? What is the vision, the higher vision? And, just really feeling how powerful it is when we're all united as a group. Not only, to move energy as a group, we do it so much more than we can individually or in our own homes, or trying to navigate in our family dynamics. We come together in these group workshops. We've been doing these retreats all over the world for 25 years, but now we have this platform to do that, and we know the power of the group energy, both to transmute, but also to then feel into, like, so what's next? What is the world that we want to live in? What are we co-creating here? Beyond the focusing on all that what's breaking down, and the really allow that higher vision to come through. But we have to get to that place and get there through the heart, get there through through love and compassion and forgiveness and those higher qualities. And I work with the goddess energies and the energy of the Divine Mother, and really feeling that the transmissions that she brings to us around these qualities of love and acceptance and compassion and non-polarized ways of viewing this free will and choice, and returning to sovereignty, to inner authority.
As you speak, I'm feeling it, of course, and knowing how powerful the field can be, even over the internet, when we're all transforming energies and visioning together. And I just suddenly thought, imagine if mainstream media beamed this out for an hour instead of, everything else. They just suddenly had a break, and then there you are. Get everyone to feel and sound.
Yeah, let's take over mainstream media. Come on, people. It's time. Truth media.
enough crouching
for
over your phone, getting worried and angry and scared and emotionally wrapped up. Just put down the phone and start moving.
Move it through the body together as a collective. So much fun.
Do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
We'll just feel, let's do it.
We'll start with our world and our group and our people and see if we can just spread it out energetically. Everyone is invited.
Everyone is invited, and that's what this is.
Much.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Shashi.
Thank you for offering this, and it's very beautiful to be connecting with you now on the internet.
Yeah.
You know, like from Australia and Portugal, and knowing that we met in Bali so many years ago.
Yeah. Back in 2010, that time.
I think it was like that we met and done together in Bali, and we've been busy spreading the world then.
Yes.
So it's
good. So good to unite.
So I'm doing together.
It's time. Totally. Yeah.
It is.
It's time.
It is.
Time for all of us to come together and unite. Unite our light and create change together. Send this energy out for the good of all. Yes.
This is our time. This is the time. So I look forward to seeing you at the symposium and dancing with you, moving with you, sounding with you, and praying with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.